Good morning once again, and welcome to the Haven Financial Group radio show. I'm Larry Kolvig, founder and CEO of the Haven Financial Group. Give us a call at 612-504-8400 or havenfinancialgroup.com. Check out all the classes, the ongoing classes throughout the year, from investment classes to Medicare classes to Social Security and tax. Just had two big events with wills, trusts, and legacy planning with our legal partners, Provision Law Firm. All these things are so important. And retirement, I just heard it this week again. Larry, this retirement thing is so complicated. Our job at Haven Financial Group is try to simplify things to the best of our ability. And it really starts with the education piece. Because I ask all the time, how many of you remember growing up all the classes that taught you how to make all the perfect retirement decisions? And the overwhelming response is, we don't remember hardly any of those classes. So it's never too early to start learning.
Absolutely. And today we're specifically talking about saving for college educations, and maybe that's your grandchildren, maybe that's your children, but ways to do it that keep you from having to dip into retirement funds or putting your financial situation under stress. We've talked about the fact that college education is getting to be so ridiculously priced, and certainly shopping for a college that meets your financial situation is a smart thing to do. I think Larry would agree with that for sure. But there is a plan out there called 529. And for people who maybe are not familiar with saving for college, Larry, maybe you could start by just explaining what a 529 is.
Yeah, there's numerous other ones out there too, old school ones like UTMAs and UGMAs. But the 529, it's been around for a while. It's just a way to save in a certain plan that is designated for future qualified expenses. But they're more flexible than people that give them credit. We do help people get them set up. Finance 101, buy low, sell high. The market's taken a beating here the last couple of weeks. And that student that may go to college may be very young, and it might have 15 to 20 years of compounding returns where you could take more risks because of the good value in some of the things that are out there. It can grow tax-free, which we love tax-free. And then comes out tax-free if used for what it needs to be used for. And when I say that, people automatically think it only can be used for qualified medical or qualified health, educational expenses. But it's much more than that. It can apply to room and board. It can apply to books. You can use it for K through 12 tuition, up to $10,000 per year. And that's a newer law. Now, I encourage folks to check out applicable rules and regulations and taxes in various states, because states do vary. That is for sure. Maybe they've already racked up some student loan debts, and you can repay the student loans. This is another newer one, up to $10,000 per beneficiary. And if you have a child that doesn't go to college, a lot of people don't know you can switch beneficiaries. As long as another family member, it can be done without penalty. As long as it's done for qualified uses. So there's a variety of different things. Another one people don't think of, even though people are familiar with Roth IRAs, as of 2025, yes, this year, up to $35,000 in unused funds can be rolled into a Roth IRA if the account is at least 15 years old. And just recently, I've had clients that they fell into that bucket. So there are a lot of different things out there that you can do, but the problem is if you've not really been exposed to them, nobody explained them to you, and the rules and regulations that go with them, you might very well be missing out on opportunities, maybe cashing them in and having to pay income taxes on it when you didn't know there were all the various options that were out there.
I think what you were just saying about the new rules here in 2025, and that you can roll up to $35,000 into an IRA. That's something that has not existed, before now. And I think that's a really important one to stress to people, because I think it's a question that a lot of people have. What if I put that money in there? I have kids who don't end up not going to college, or we don't spend all of it. Then what do we do? And obviously that sort of changes the landscape.
It's a great opportunity, and it is new this year, and it frees up the opportunity to get more money in Roth so it doesn't go unused. It can go into your Roth individual retirement accounts. More Roth you have in retirement, the happy people are tax-free coming out. Hey, why wouldn't we like it? My encouragement would be, though, with these 529 plans, make sure you keep receipts. And again, more receipts, yes, but please keep receipts. I said earlier, no incentives or perks that individual states have. Some have, some don't. So you're going to want to know what deductions can be used or what credits are available for students. Just knowing all these different things that are available to you. Again, if they're not going to school, there's no age when 529 funds can open up for non-educational use. However, education isn't going to maybe be in the cards of everybody, and that's okay. Just know what your options are, what the rollover rules are. Just be aware that non-qualified withdrawals are subject to income tax and potentially penalties, and we never want to encourage more tax implications or penalties than we have to. But again, it starts with understanding your options. Now, I said it earlier, start early, start young, because that power of compounding over a long period of time can yield. The next segment, Glenn's going to talk about life insurance and how he just recently helped some folks out this year, and what those numbers look like are a great way to prepare those kids or grandkids or loved ones for those major expenses when they get to that age. And you and I both know that it seems like even if they're young,
quick.
it's a long way in the distance. But you know as well as I that distance, that gap fills in really, really fast.
Yes, it certainly does. Let me go back, Larry, to the fact that you said that you set these up for people. What do people need to set one up? What's the requirements?
Very little requirements. You just open a special SEP account. It can be done at we use Schwab and Fidelity Investments. The Minnesota has a SEP that can be set up through the state. There's other variables out there, but it's not much more than just opening an account and following the proper contributions that are out there. Not difficult. And again, time is of the essence. So why not look at it? You know, if you don't have the disposable income, well, at least you know what options are out there. Maybe that isn't today, but maybe that's a year from now or 2 years. Whatever it is, they're not complicated. And again, understanding the rules, and come on in and visit with us. It doesn't hurt anything, and it doesn't cost you anything. And maybe you'll find out that is a good thing to do, because we have clients that have done that, continue to do that for their grandkids, rather than just give them frivolous gifts throughout, their birthdays. They do something like this in lieu of, or in addition to other things that they gift. So just a really effective way of gifting to the younger generation.
I know that you talk about the fact that it has to be qualified educational, needs. Now, are states, do they restrict that it has to be used in a state school, or can those dollars be used wherever a student chooses to go to school?
They can be used wherever they choose to go to school. Again, tuition, state, private. It can be even, like I said, for K through 12, private K through 12 school tuition. Again, there's really no major rules or regulations. Again, though, it can be used for repaying student loans. It could be, again, keep receipts, but it could be used for a variety of things.
Okay, terrific. 612-504-8400. Maybe you've been talking about, wanting to look into a 529. Maybe your children are, young, or you have no children, or you have grandchildren, and you'd like to gift them dollars that you've saved through a 529 plan. Feel free to call the folks at Haven Financial Group at 612-504-8400. While you're there, why don't you sit down with the experts, talk a little bit more, not just about college savings, but about putting together a comprehensive retirement plan that makes sure that you live those golden years exactly the way you've always wanted to. It's 612-504-8400. You can also go to havenfinancialgroup.com and learn more about some of their educational seminars that are coming up in the next couple of months. All right, coming up next, we're going to talk about universal life insurance for college and for other expenses. Glenn Remy, he is an insurance specialist there at Haven Financial Group. He's going to be our guest, and we'll chat with him about the benefits. And as Larry mentioned, a family that he's just recently helped use exactly this kind of system. So that's coming up next right here on the Haven Financial Group Radio Show.